Hey everybody, it's Huey
and David, and today we're going to do some kind of a podcast.
And today we're going to be talking about what?
Grindr or story. Not horror stories, but horror story. I just can't pronounce it well.
GHS, not American Horror Story.
Yeah, so I think it's perfect because it's Halloween soon. So Grindr horror story. So we are going to read and comment some stories that are from a BuzzFeed article. I'm gonna put the link in the video. So if you guys want to check it out, you can.
Yeah.
There was some on Reddit, but it was a little bit scattered. So we're just gonna read those ones and tell you what we think about it. Or maybe we're gonna tell you if it happened to us as well.
Really? I didn't know this was going to be part of the discussion.
Well, you'll see. I don't think any of that happened to you because I would know.
Okay.
Or I hope I would. So you want to start with the first one?
Okay, so the first one. I got a message from this guy asking if he could pick my nose for $20.
Ew.
I blocked him after he said he would give me $300 for a toenail.
Okay, why didn't you block him after he asked you if he can pick your nose? Like...
Well, picking your nose, I don't know.
No, it's like I'm asking you if I can pick your nose. Like...
For $20? I'll do it for free. I don't have to do it. You do it for me.
Some people have some really twisted fetish. I don't think I could ever do something.
That one is I don't think that's as big of a horror story.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Actually, the next one is definitely not an horror story. At least not for me. So this guy,
right?
Yeah, it says. So it's from Amanda Total Diva. It says, so I saw this extremely hot guy that was in my area. He said he worked out and was a model for a men's clothing company. The clothing company he worked for ended up being Trojan condoms. I mean, if you're hot enough to be in a condom box, I'm sorry, I don't give a shite.
Wait, what? There's no penis model on a condom box. What are you talking about?
Are we talking about penis?
Yeah.
He's the body, he's a model for the... Have you seen a Trojan condom box?
Oh!
He's just a hot guy on it. Why would you see...
I thought that he wears a condom and like that's going on the box.
Well,
I never seen that on any condom box.
That's also a good cue. That's nothing worse than a dick pic. Really. If anything, that tells you what the goods are.
Really? Well, those are not horror stories.
No, but wait. This one.
So, Kevin Delash said, I met up with a random Grindr guy at his house. He had dolls in glass cases all over the house, including his bedroom. After leading me to the bedroom, he spent 30 minutes making a playlist for us to have sex to. The music was the best part of the sex. I ejaculated to Bob
by the Hanson's brother.
What?
Okay, the doll part is actually really creepy. Wouldn't that freak you out?
Not really. It's just like someone's hobby. Like all these stories are not really horror.
Come on, if the guy has like doll all over the house, it's not freaking you out?
It's like you have books or video games over the house. People just have different hobbies.
Dolls is weird, I'm sorry guys.
It's not.
It's totally
I'm sorry,
weird.
but these are not very scary or anything.
You would be the first one to run out of a house full of dolls. I chatted with a dude on Grindr for several weeks before meeting up. I really liked him. And we ended up getting a hotel room and sleeping together. We continued texting for a few days when he told me he knew my mom. When I asked my mom if she knew him, she chuckled and said, yeah, that's why I lost my virginity too.
What?
Okay, so there's a lot of things I share with my mom, but man is definitely
Wait,
one.
So is the guy his dad?
Oh my god, she didn't say the guy who made her pregnant. She said the guy she lose her virginity to.
Oh.
So it's the first guy she had sex with. And then he had sex with the same guy.
Okay. That was not clear.
I think you're too slow for this podcast, man.
Okay, so the next one. There was one time the guy was ill and we had to stop as he exclaimed that his appendix had burst while having sex.
Oh, well, I thought you can barely walk when you actually have an appendix.
Well, depending if he's bottoming or what.
Doesn't matter. It really hurts to just move. How, like...
You don't have to move?
Forget bottoming. Well, he had to move to go to the hookup or something. Like...
No, this happened while they were having sex.
No, the guy was ill already.
Oh. Okay, that's some next level shit.
Like, how horny can you be? Like, I'm freaking dying, but I'm gonna take one right now. Okay, so the next one, it says, me and this guy decided we wanted to meet, and so I went to pick him up. He looked exactly like his picture and was extremely attractive. When we got to the casino, he demanded a security escort because he was Justin Bieber's cousin. And I was worried about paparazzi and guests bothering him. We walked around the hotel for 20 minutes with the guard escorting us until the manager told us to leave. How's that an horror story?
You tell me.
Well, I guess it's horrific for some people, but I would actually have been weirded out by the guy. Like, why do you need to say that your cousin's famous, not freaking yourself? Right? This probably happened in Canada. Isn't Justin Bieber from here? Meaning his cousins must be around here. So maybe one of you guys went on the same kind of date.
If he even has a cousin.
It probably was Niagara Falls Casino.
Okay, next one. I met this nice guy. We go to dinner and have some good conversation. Things got a little steamy later, but afterwards he sent me a text saying, "Thanks, now my wife can take the night off." Well, this sounds very like, it's not like a horror story. I'm sure things like this happen a lot.
Like every day.
I'm glad
every closeted married dad, probably. I mean...
Thanks, now my wife can take the night off.
We don't have the same definition of horror story as those people, because for me it would be like, I don't know, I got there and the guy tried to shit on my chest or something. Now that would be creepy.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so this guy messaged me saying that I looked hot and he was glad that I was his neighbor. I ignored it, so he started sending me pictures he'd taken of me in bars, saunas, and at the gym. A few days later, he started sending me messages like, "Nice shirt today," "Good time on the treadmill today," "Love the new restaurant you tried." It got me so nervous that I deleted Grindr for good. Now that's an horror story for sure. Actually had a stalker once. We actually had a stalker once. Remember the stalker we had?
Shouldn't talk about it.
Why? Because he's gonna come?
He could be watching this right now.
Oh my god.
On to the next story. I went to the Avengers premiere with a guy who took his ex along. Because he really wanted to see the movie. To add insult to injury, I paid for all 3 tickets. Okay, that's the horror part.
Oh, would you do it?
Not pay for the ticket.
Exactly. So why would you do it? I mean, if the guy's asking me to pay for the 3 tickets, like, okay, I can pay for yours, like, logically, but are you gonna pay for his friends or his ex? Even, forget the fact that he's an ex, even if it's his friend, like, we're going on a date together, you pay your friend a ticket, or he can pay for himself. You don't think so?
Yeah, but that's been weird, like, from the way it's worded, they're not even, like, going out, it's just like a date. Exactly. Who bring the ex on a date with someone?
A psychopath.
That's just weird. Unless there's some action going on, then that's okay.
No, that's like a dream date, isn't it? Okay, so this guy I met took me to a local pizza and beer joint. While waiting for our food, he was biting his nails. 5 minutes later, he grabs my hand and says, "You have really pretty nails." Oh, I don't like where this is going. He then says, "Do you mind if I chew on them?" When I said no, he thought I was getting spicy and said, "Oh, so you want to wait till we get home? I can't even nibble on your toenails then." I'm disgusted by toes. I literally have shivers all over my body right now. I feel like humans should be born with hooves instead of freaking toes, because that's the most disgusting body part ever. No?
The nail biters, I don't know. I don't have like a strong opinion of that. I mean,
okay, the guy wants to chew your toenail. Now I'm scared, like what you've been through on Grindr. For him to find like all of those things normal? Like what the hell?
Honestly, these stories are very mild.
Okay, well, keep going. Maybe it's just like an order from...
Okay, so next one. I had a bad case of man flu, but my want of the D wasn't going to stop me. So naturally, or dosed up on night nurse. Is that like Nyquil?
I have no clue.
I don't know what that is. I logged onto Grindr, mixed with alcohol. I blacked out, and when I came around, I was at some guy's house in a Marvel onesie being asked to leave. What the? I didn't see him again, but I have a great selfie with the Uber driver.
Okay, like you sound like the nightmare in that day.
I know.
It's not
like
guy. Maybe the other guy actually posted the story further in that thing, because that's just weird. In a Marvel onesie, like did you go to the date wearing that?
I don't know, but he blacked out. He just woke up in some guy's house.
How do you black out on NyQuil though? Or whatever night nurse is, unless it's freaking heroin.
What? Maybe he blacked out and the guy kidnapped him, put him in a onesie, and then he woke up and the guy's like, oh shit.
Well, a kidnapper don't ask you to leave.
No, when he didn't expect him to wake up so soon.
Well, he was clearly not clear in his mind because he took a selfie with the Uber driver. Like, who does that?
There's 4 possibilities in that one, so.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like this guy is the actual nightmare. So, he brought his boyfriend, I didn't know he was in a relationship, along, and told me to act like we were friends in front of him.
Wow. First of all, this is one brave man. Who does that?
Like, the guy probably went ahead and said, like, I'm sorry, dude, like, we just met on Grindr, you piece of shit. That's what I would do anyway.
So, I went on a date with a guy from Grindr, and he wanted something to eat for lunch, so made me buy him something. He picked an incredibly expensive place, didn't share any of it, and when the woman behind the counter asked if I wanted to make a charitable donation, he said yes for me.
Just sound like he thought you were a sugar daddy or something.
Oh, I thought like when the woman asked, you want to make a charitable donation, the guy would be like, I just did. Doesn't that make sense?
It makes no sense. Wow. I mean,
well,
it does suck, but is it a nightmare? Is it like a horror story?
Yeah, these are, wow, I have to say, people's like definition of Grindr horror story is nowhere near.
What? Wait, can you tell me one that you had?
No.
Like just briefly.
No, I don't have any horror story, but when you say horror story, I would imagine it was more like hardcore.
Like I had an hardcore one. Well, it was not Grindr, but something similar back in the days. And the guy was actually having a schizophrenic episode. And that's the first thing he said when he got to my place. Is like, I'm having like a schizophrenic attack right now. And I was like, okay. So that's before he said hello.
He was sane enough to know that he was having that.
Yeah, but then don't go on a date if this is happening to you. I mean, if you feel it, that it's happening. So I was newly single and chatting with a guy. He offered to make me dinner at my place, so I invited him over. Considering the large amount of leftover, I sent him home with my cake pan full of the mac and cheese leftovers. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up.
Are we really not gonna edit this?
I guess we will edit this after all. Or maybe not, because I'm just human and I make mistakes. Okay, sorry. So considering the large amount of leftovers, I sent him home with my cake pan full of the mac and cheese he'd made. If I invite you to cook for me, please don't do fucking mac and cheese.
What's wrong with mac and cheese?
Well, unless it's like a gastronomic one. I don't want mac and cheese at a date. You're supposed to impress on a date, not friggin'...
Well, so what do you make people on a date?
Like filet mignon?
Like, right.
I don't cook. I will never cook for someone on a date. That would mean they would never want to see me again. Isn't it? You, on the other hand, maybe you could. You're actually pretty good. You need to taste this rib. Okay, so I kind of messed up the story. I just couldn't stop. A few days later, he texted me and said he got back with his ex and that he was planning to mail the pan but didn't have enough money for postage until he got paid. I told him he could just set it outside my door in the night. 3 months later, I came home to the pan wedged up next to my door, not even washed from the mac and cheese.
Okay.
Douchebag. That's kind of a disgusting story.
At that point, just throw the damn thing away. I wouldn't want it back.
Well, maybe it's like a creuset. If it's a Le Creuset, I fucking want my pan back.
Really? Oh, it was my first Grindr date. His profile said he was 19, but he turned out to be a married 45 years old man. He told me to turn away from the bi life because I'll go to hell if I didn't. What?
Okay, so I'm guessing the guy is probably bi, and it's just a random dad who's not gay that is going on Grindr, set up dates, and tell the guys you should not be gay or bi or whatever because you'll go to hell. It's actually pretty freaky. I would freak out and maybe call the police if that happened to me. No?
Well, I don't know. That's just weird. Catfished.
Well, it is an horror story. Next one. I chatted on Grindr with this guy for a while and things were going pretty well, so we exchanged phone numbers. A few days later, he came over and we watched a movie, made out, and maybe a little more. Yeah, right. We know what you did there. I couldn't believe how well we connected. A week later, we went on a second date, and after a few hours, he said, I have a boyfriend. I really like you, but I think we should stop talking to each other.
I imagine these things happen quite often.
Yeah, it's just... But why would you go on a second date, though?
To tell the guy?
No, if you're dick enough to do that to your boyfriend, you're fine to just say it. Not... Just ghost him at this point.
You can't ghost people. That's just rude.
You just freaking cheat on your boyfriend. Look, you're such a nice human being. You have to be there in person. Come on.
Okay. So, we met for coffee and had several awkward silence at a somewhat crowded Starbucks. We ended up on our phones for the last 10 minutes. I was checking my fantasy football scores while he, unbeknownst to me, was posting a picture of me in his Instagram, captioned, his worst first date. Oh my god, that is so rude. I wonder how he found out. I went to the bathroom and when I came back, he abruptly turned around and said, are we going back to your place to F already?
Yeah, sure, because I'm in the mood now.
How did he find out that the guy posted him on Instagram?
He was probably following him already. I'm guessing.
Can you imagine?
Like that must be really awkward. Well, the date seemed like it was already awkward anyway. So maybe it was the worst date of his life, but it's just terrible to find out while you're on the date, I guess. That you're his worst first date. Maybe the guy is just like not used to it too.
My horror story. And
He's gonna say, it was me.
Want to see my Grindr horror story? He's sitting right in front of me.
He farted on our first date.
No, he didn't. Really? I didn't fart until like much later, and because you forced me to do it. No. You forced me to fart.
No, I just heard it through the door.
Dude. Well, my Grindr horror story would involve diarrhea of some sort.
Ew! You never told me about this!
I'm joking, I'm just saying my kind of horror story would be like this.
No, just say the one that you got catfished. Well, catfished by a guy who posted a picture of him from like 10 years ago.
But like that's not really a horror story, that's like Grindr's standard story.
Do guys do that a lot?
Yes.
I mean, what do you expect when you post a picture and you look nothing like it? That chances are the guy's gonna turn you back. Like,
well, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm already here already. Might as well give it a try."
Ew, no, I'm sorry. If you look gross in person and you're nothing like your picture, I would just be like, you know what, buddy? Bye. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Well, that's it.
That's it. That was some horror story for some people. I don't think half of these were actually.
You know what? I think that our actually viewers have way better Grindr horror story. How about you guys post in the comment section about your Grindr horror story, and we'll make a part 2 of this video that has better, interesting stories to share.
I agree. You guys probably have a lot more. And if you want to be anonymous, just say it. We won't say your name. I mean your YouTube name, because that's going to be in the comment. So yeah, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and give a unicorn its horn.
Wait, do you even press record?